Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. We are playing Communist Italy because we're playing on Elite difficulty, and we have done fairly well for ourselves so far. It is 1946, and we've got control over, well, all of this over here. A lot of this is occupied, not actually pieced out. You know, we should probably take Crete, shouldn't we? Or Cyprus. Cyprus, Crete? I don't know. Here? Crete. That's Crete. This is Cyprus. Anyway, we should probably take this. I don't know if it matters much. I don't know if the British are doing anything here in general, but we may as well do it and deny them stuff. Probably they can't get any supplies here, but it's probably worth taking care of that. Now, it has been a few days since I recorded, so we'll be doing a bit of a reevaluation. What I want to do is I want to let the YouTube series catch up, so that I could, you know, check in comments and things like that. So far, things to be basically in order. There's some people who are concerned that our military police don't have a military police attachment or support company, but they do. So we're good there. Don't worry about it. Everything's groovy. We actually have our unrest over here currently under control. There's a little bit in Northern Africa. I may not be as concerned with over here because it might be hard to keep this under control, and we might have, there's not many resources and things, so it may not be as much of a concern, but I don't know. Maybe I will go ahead and redeploy these guys. They have been told they're just doing the lower resistance. They do kind of feel they need all the divisions they've got right now. So if I do add more territory to this, it will thin out. Oh, you're already told to cover this area. Never mind. Okay, I guess I'd already done that. So I think some guys are still, yeah, we've got some people who are moving. Okay. So they're adjusting itself. It's probably going to be fine then, especially since once you get rid of some of the snowball effect, you can clear out a little bit more. All right, we got plenty of troops sitting here, the so-called Eastern Front, which really should be renamed, because I think the next thing to do is going to be invade the Americas, right? Or do we help the Soviets with their Japanese problem? The big issue we're going to have, really, whether we go east to Japan to help out there, or we go overseas, is supply is going to be a big issue. I think we're going to have to research. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, this is fine. These are all fine. I think we'll finish this, but we're going to have to research our logistics companies and probably do a little bit of a redo on our troops. Some people had suggested we could release some puppets. It's not the screen, where is it? Right here. We could release some puppets, because one of the things is that you can effectively get a bit more manpower if you have an integrated puppet as opposed to holding some of the non-core territory yourself. Because, of course, non-core territory doesn't give us much manpower. Whereas if it's a puppet, you can effectively, like, you know, just grab their manpower and use it for yourself, so you can get a little bit more. I'm not sure if Czechoslovakia is going to be enough of something to matter that way. Maybe it is, maybe it won't. And the rest we can't release, you know, because we want to form Rome, and most of this is going to be required for that. So yeah, we're left over here. I would love to GG out Canada, because if it happened, then we could get a peace deal over here. The issue is, if we do go after Canada, we'll also be fighting the United States, because even though they're in separate factions, right, Commonwealth versus the Southwest Pacific Initiative, they're both fighting against me, so they'll both be quite eager to help out. And honestly, there is going to be an issue with the Soviets over here taking territory, because here's the thing. In Newfoundland here, I don't think the Soviets are going to build infrastructure, which means we're never going to be able to deploy a bunch of people here to be ready to use it as a stepping stone to future invasion or anything like that, which is too bad, because that's really what I would have done, is take this. It's great. You know, there's no land crossing or anything like this, so we can build this up. We can get a max level airport, right? Max level naval base, so we can get supplies in. Max level airport, so we can control this zone. Probably max out the infrastructure just so we can park a lot of dudes over here, and then do naval invasions and things. But that's not going to happen. And in fact, it's likely they're not even going to upgrade this airport. And even if they did, you can see, right now we're over the limit, so we should probably pull our dudes out of here. Being over limit is going to hurt I think our mission efficiency and things, so we'll have to do that. I have Okay, I have 1,600 planes here. Right, because I put 1,600 planes in here thinking that maybe the AI wouldn't. Yeah, that was stupid. So we're going to go ahead and pull back. I could pull back to Greenland, but it doesn't have that much supply right now anyway. I think I'm just going to send the planes somewhere back home. Do we have a... There's a big airport. We'll just send you back over here, clear up the supply. Hopefully the Soviet planes will do something. And I think the thing is, this kind of issue is going to continue to be a problem, right? If we land somewhere, there's not going to be a lot of supply, and I'm betting the Russians are going to throw their troops in there. I mean, you know, they want to be a good ally, they want to participate, but I think it's going to screw up our supply situation fairly dramatically. Meanwhile, things are kind of rough over here too, but the fact is, like, the Soviets have tons of units. What do they got? They got about 700 divisions versus... That's not... There we go, Japan. Versus, call it 350. So they got about 2-to-1 division advantage. I don't know, you know, like, quality divisions is always a big thing, but it's possible. You've got service by requirement and 7 million manpower left. The Soviets have gone through a lot of dudes. Okay, the Japanese are scraping the barrel, although they have, for them, a lot of manpower currently here. Can we just stall them out? Like, what we need is we need the Soviets to build infrastructure over here. Because right now, if we look... I need to let the game tick for an hour. Okay. So, we look here. There's not enough supply. Okay, here they'd be okay, but probably not for long. Here, there's not enough supply. Here, it's okay, but if we put anyone over here, it would no longer be all right. I can't send troops over here to help out. Airport here, I mean, it's not very big, and it's mostly full. I'm not convinced that I can do anything to help them on the Eastern Front. If I were to send troops here, it would just be a bunch more people out of supply fighting at, like, really nerfed efficiency. I mean, send equipment. I'm not going to be able to send enough equipment, am I? I don't know. Okay, speaking of equipment, we're short on mechanized. What are we doing right now? We're trading up our Marines, which is good. We are trading up Infinitude mechanized. Yeah, which is fine. We are going to need more. I mean, I'll do this just because it's like, you know, make sure that it goes to reinforcements first for new equipment. But it doesn't really matter right now. We're doing some training, which of course reduces some of our equipment, but it would be nice to have enough army experience because we're going to be making some more template changes, I suspect, and just making sure people aren't green. Are you... Oh. I mean, unless we start an invasion somewhere. But, oh, here's the other thing. Turns out the US has a lot of planes. May come out as a bit of a surprise. And yeah, without grabbing this... I mean, can we just grab... Can we start by grabbing Nova Scotia? Because they have a naval base. It's only level 4. That's too bad. And I think there's going to be an airport over here. We just don't have any vision right now. We might be able to hit Nova Scotia. There's a little tiny choke point. Hopefully we can just, you know, even if we just hold here, build up everything that we need, and then move forward after that, might be okay. I think there's a good chance that that's what happens. Do we want to wait for our Marines to exist, or do we just want to go? I think I'll wait for the Marines, with the idea that we'll do a single drop on Halifax instead of a spread drop, which is potentially more successful, but a lot riskier, because if you take, like, this province, but you don't take the dock, then these guys are just dead. So we'll fling all our Marines, I think, at Halifax, then drop in some proper divisions to hold the line over here, and then build up Nova Scotia as the next launch pad, which is what I would have done here, which would have been safer with no land connections, but the Soviets have sort of kind of screwed me completely. If I'm going to be honest, that's kind of where I'm feeling here. All right, our Navy, we've got a couple of different strike forces, so we can respond to a couple of different things. That's okay. We've got our first spotter units. We've got some dudes in reserve. Battle. Oh, patrol. Okay, those are battles, so we'll throw them in there. Can we reorder guys in here? What I could do is move you into the reserves and move you back. All right, that works for me. Let's grab these two. You guys are on patrol duty, and you don't want that, but you do want, say, that. So as we build some more patrols, they're going to go in there. Did we do a similar thing over here? 10's 5. I mean, we don't have any extra dudes, but let me do that now, actually. Probably I should have done this before I started the episode. So my bad, but let's just ready this up so that as we get our new subs, originally I thought I was doing escorts, but as we get more subs, they're going to get themselves with the bigger packs. Now, I'm sure... I don't know if there's any sort of special or optimal number for these things. Probably fewer stronger ones is what we're looking for. The thing is, packs of 10s feel pretty strong to me, and we're building up towards that, and it should be okay. So we've got 10 times 10. Try to get 100 of these in the water, and then maybe accumulate some spares. It's going to be okay. Our escorts, yeah, that's, I think, fine, too. Let's double-check our production. What are we doing here, ship-wise? We don't have any subs making, right? Because they'd show up in there, wouldn't they? Indeed. Let's drop this a little. Because our strike forces aren't bad. Oh, patrols I think we do need more of. But I think our battle stuff is actually not bad. I'll stop that line. We do need a few more destroyers. That's going to be okay. And then subs. Now, what is our sub situation? I don't remember. It's been a few days. Okay, we have 44 hull. Okay, we can probably just add more stuff. This has got the mine laying unit. Okay, let me call this design. I think it's like SSM for a mine laying sub, but I'm not sure. But we'll just call it the mine layer. Rename this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one. And this is going to be an attack submarine. So it's going to have torpedoes, class 4 torpedoes. Now, what are we attacking and what does it matter? Like, if we're doing convoy raiding, like, do we just want the snorkel to be harder to find? Or the radar to be able to find people easier? I guess the snorkel. Be sneakier. Yeah, good engine. Now, here's the thing. So if this is assigned to convoy raiding, is this overkill? Is there something better? Like, could we just go cheaper, not putting everything in? What else do you use the subs for? Like, can we throw a pack of subs in with, you know, a few subs into our strike force just so that they maybe will go and torpedo some capital ships or something? Maybe. I mean, if they've got anti-sub warfare like destroyers in their screens, then I guess that won't work. I don't know. We'll go with this. So this is gonna be, I think SSA is attack sub, but we'll do this. We'll keep this symbol here with the skull for this one. Let me go back and the there it is. Why is it ordered like this? Huh. The mine layer, I'm gonna change you to, there we go, mine laying. I wonder if we're gonna build mine layers. Well, if we are, we probably, because we haven't actually adjusted this one, right? But we will start on the attack sublines. In fact, I think what's likely going to happen is we're going to keep two of these like on kind of forever. I mean, I know they don't have any dockyards working right now, but I think we'll do that because we're going to want these maxed out. And the thing is, once we start raiding the coast of the United States, because they have so many planes, they probably have radars all over the place, our subs might get spotted a lot. But for now, it's going to be really nice to just keep plucking away at all these ships. Like, we feel like we're in such a great position right now. I feel so comfortable, so strong, so happy. But what's going to happen the second we land troops in North America? We're going to feel like we're on the back foot. Because, like, they've got, what did my division count? Yeah, we can probably assume they've got as many divisions as we do. But they certainly have more planes, more divisions. They're going to have the local supply. So their stuff's going to fight a lot better. Landing in North America is real scary. Do we literally just stall out for a few years, build up a huge count of airport lanes, maybe develop jet fighters so that we have extra range and speed, and then some strategic bombers with nukes? Do we just run strategic bombers out of Greenland? I mean, okay. And then what? We still have to invade at some point. It's a problem other nations have had to think about in World War II. Whether we're talking about Germany going after the UK or the Allies coming back for a D-Day, it turns out that side of the invasion is pretty rough. We've got some air wings that orders. Oh yeah, these guys that have just been pulled back over here. So they were just fighters. Oh, right, that I pulled out from here. How are we looking there? There, exactly 1,600. The Soviets have a lot of close air support planes over here. I'm not sure that's important right now, but okay, sure. Yeah, we could have sent you there, but there's no real reason. Do we want these planes to fly? Actually, okay, I just realized they have 0 experience right now. We could just disband these air wings for now and not have to worry about micromanaging them. That's going to be fine. We still do have some planes sort of hanging out over here, which I guess is okay. Yeah, and then, you know, hammering these areas is kind of nice. We've got, what do we have here? Closer. Oh, I guess they're just keeping themselves busy because they can do sea attacks. I'll actually explicitly turn that off and do this. I mean, they might be slightly riskier for the close air support planes to do it, but I don't know. That's going to be okay. That's not the button I wanted to hit. I want to take a look at these guys. These are naval bombers operating there. Do we not have... Oh, no, we do have some air superiority missions. From there, I'm going to suggest we move these guys here. Actually, yeah. All the planes that are operating the African coast, let's move you to this airport here for better range. Excellent. All right, keep it going. I know we actually haven't advanced time very much this episode, but it's because I do want to put in more planning. I hate that the Soviets haven't kept anyone here to babysit. And we still have low supplies here in Greenland. We're trying to build up. And yeah, do we just, do we pull these guys out of here? Supply situation is going to fix itself fairly quickly. We'll be fine, because we do build that pretty quick. It's at the top of the list. Sure. Still lots of repairs going on. Alright. Trying to get our military capacity. Convoy escorts, the tanks. Yeah, I mean, we're going to want... That was the plan, right? Is we're going to need tank divisions before we move forward. I mean, we've got these. Medium armor templates. Mechanized, self-propelled. Probably don't need the field hospital in our tank divisions, because we really need them to be as punchy as possible. But, yes, let's go and pop the logistics companies right away. Decreasing supply usage and fuel usage, that is going to be really important. Again, whether we're talking about the overseas operations or we're talking about helping the Soviets out over here. Because the thing is, if I land in North America, the Soviets are going to send troops over here, which is just going to distract them from the other front. Or potentially just make use of units that they can't use at the front because they're getting supply issues. I don't know. Resistance over there currently under control. Are we... No, we're not actually doing this area, which I guess we'll do. We'll keep doing as much suppression as we can. Do I control this? I think so. There we go. I didn't know if in this mode how much it would show me. Like, I couldn't remember. Do that. Now, we do need, sort of, as they tackle the resistance issues and the, like, adjacent province penalties and whatnot get eliminated, we do need fewer of these MP troops, and so, you know, they might be able to spread around, but I think in practice, no, minimum division, 117. Even though we're adding all this, they still think they just need the 117, which is what they've been saying for a little while. Because, yeah, so they must need fewer troops over here, which is kind of nice, because we could have trained a few more. Service by requirement. I'm hoping we don't have to go any further than that. That is the hope. Alright, Soviet ships. Now, this is just a level 1 naval base, I think, yeah? Yeah, so landing here, we would not be able to keep a lot of troops. We may be able to hold one thing, but yeah, I'm mostly worried about just being bombarded. Can we get some info on anything going on over here? No. Because I'm assuming the Americans are flying a bunch of ships over here, but maybe not. Or planes over here. But that might be a little far from them. But yeah, I think that is going to be the issue with Nova Scotia, is we're probably going to get hammered from the air pretty severely, which, if it keeps blowing up the infrastructure and ports, is really bad. Really, really bad. How come you're just, there's not enough active patrols? Oh, it is the patrol one. Yeah, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, battle. So, right, the recon ones are going back in there. Let me do this. Grab these. Set them back to the 4. We'll get a few more patrols. I don't think the patrol groups have to be very large. As long as they can spot some things. I actually don't know... What am I looking for? Over here. What our patrol design is. It's level 4 hull, which is nice. It doesn't have the full set of plane launchers. I don't know how much, you know, you want. Do you throw all the plane launchers for maximum visibility? Is that just spending too much production on something that doesn't really need that much? I don't know. That's some more mechanized. Oops. Come on. Load, load, load. Or save, save, save. This teal one, does that have anything really going on? No. Okay. So, you're going to go in there for now. And then pink is just pure... Oh, no, it's not pure tanks right now. It's also got these. We may make a change. We'll see. Marines. All right. Make a new army for the Marines. We'll give them... Let's give them the deep blue. And that. Excellent. All right. Sport company. Do we want to go to the Amtrak right away for our Marines? Or just make our Marines... Okay, let's actually just research this side of things first. We'll probably want to give them the logistics one as well, too. I don't know. I don't know. Anyone got an interesting trait we might want to give to our Marines? So we'll just use you. Sure. And you're not green, but we probably should still train you to regular status. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Again, we could still use more army experience, which we get from exercising. Oh, wait. You're deployed over here. Is that going to overload this area? Yeah, hold on. I don't want to do that. Okay, the Soviets are here again. Good. Maybe I don't have to garrison this area. Hell, if they lose it, then we can just invade it and set our own rules. Maybe it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. Alright, we'll just tell them to garrison over here. So they'll do that. Alright, I'm okay with this. Recognize Marines. Oh, that's probably... Yeah, Special Forces cap. So I guess we'll cancel it just to... So these are training. We'll do that, we'll leave those in. Because if our cap goes up for some reason, or we lose some of our Marines, it would be nice to start training some new divisions right away, with some equipment assigned to them. But let's not tie up too much. Still very low on mechanized, but let's see here. Lots going on. Tons of mechanized trying to be built. Infantry equipment. We actually might be able to pull back on the pure infantry situation. So the FNOB 43 is our latest version. We have 84k stored up. Yeah, we can dramatically cut back on this. Let's do something like that. And I was going to say we might want more fighters. The problem is the rubber. Heavy tanks. We'll keep going down here. We've already got a shortage of rubber. Maybe we do just keep the infantry equipment going on. Oh, we don't need rubber to make tanks. Oh, we have tons. Yeah, right, we're licensing these. We're going to try to avoid it, but do we want to store up more medium tanks for a little bit? Not really. We've got huge stockpiles of all this. I'm just trying to think of a non-rubber project we could add in. But I'm not sure that we need to. Lots of this. I mean, I guess I could just put my infantry equipment going back for now. Alright, there you go. Sorry, infantry equipment. You can continue to be my military factory sink, basically. Yeah, the shortage rubber. Oh, that one thing I did between episodes. Underneath all the repair jobs here, which is plentiful, but hopefully will become less of a problem, I did queue up a bunch of military factory stuff. I guess what I should do is make sure the civilian factories are going up. And what are we doing here? Resistance suppression? Let me disable this for a second. We're going to flip to construction repair. So, yeah, repair speed increased 50%, and the free repair, the repair that just happens over time, will be doubled. And I think, there we go, another tank. I think that will actually be very helpful. The other thing I should do is just make sure that civilian factories are basically at the top of the queue to be repaired, because as we repair the civilian factories, everything will repair faster. I guess what I could do is, okay, no, leave Greenland here. Bring the rest down if it's not a civilian factory. Alright. There might be some others, but that's going to be pretty okay. Alright, you're back there. You're fine here. Ship-wise, we've got that. We're not patrolling Newfoundland Sea, and I think that's okay. I mean, there's a possibility for some interception of boats here, but... Do we want to change where our raiders go? We got a lot of raiders in fights, actually. I mean, you're doing this, does expanding anything else make any sense? And do we consider an invasion here? Would it make sense to start from the south? It actually might. Here's the thing. Our divisions, the ones that are just sitting around kind of doing nothing right now, we could just go and deploy them. Now, if we're going to attack, it'd be nice to do it with tanks. The terrain is really rough. I mean, I guess everyone's going to have a bit of a problem. What if we do have, like... What if we just take the remainder of our leg infantry? Throw you into, say, purple over here. Take the mechanized out and do this. Why don't we take these guys? And just send them down to Bolivia so we can help fight against Peru. We might even want to consider naval invasion, although then we'd have to really support a lot of stuff. And you guys are helpful. I guess one of the things we also have to do, the convoy escort, is we're going to get you to extend all the way down to the coast here. I'm going to give it a try. What's the supply like over here? Bolivia? Oh, never mind. Oh, well, there you go. Soviets doing what they're doing, which is show up somewhere and eat all the supply. Well, I was going to help. Well, I guess the thing I could do to help would be to do a naval invasion over here, but we have, like, no... Like, the naval presence situation is no good. Well, okay, what if we pull back over here? Yeah, these are all other people's trade... Although, I guess I'm importing over there, but I'm not as worried. Let's do this. I know you can't reach here. But we could plan to drop some guys over here. That wouldn't be so bad. Let's get a big naval base. Actually, it would be kind of handy to have a big naval base by the Cape of Verdun over here. Or Cape Verde Plain. Verdun would be something else. Because some of our ships get in battle here, they might just drop there to repair. I'm going to put it at the front of the queue. I'm going to get it up to a 10. And look, like supply situation. Up to 28 is not bad. What I might do is I'll put some infrastructure in the front there too. And yes, in the front of the civilian factories. I think that's going to be all right. So, yeah, I guess you don't have orders. Do this. Convoy escorts, hold on. Dakar to... Yeah, I guess to right Cayenne? Or, I might want to drop... Hang on. What are the size of the naval base? 1, 1, 1. I might want to drop in Georgetown, cut this, and then just grab from behind. Yeah, I think I might want to do that more. Okay. Naval invasion from here to Georgetown. We're just going to land in the one square. We'll either succeed or we won't. I guess there'd be a river crossing behind us, but at the same time, there's a river crossing if they want to counterattack. So I'm kind of fine with that. And then after that's done, Purple will probably get dropped in, who I just realized I think is all set up, yeah, to hang out there, which we're going to change. I'm going to give you some garrison orders. You know, spread yourself out a bunch over here. Not inland. Anywhere there's a port is actually fine. So, like, anywhere along the coast. So they'll be spread out here, and then when we get a toehold with our Marines, we can land some guys. I think that's probably a good way to sort of creep up a little bit. Can make some law changes here. Let's see. Material designer. So these are all research speed boosters. How much more do we need in the various categories? I think the infantry will cover, like, everything over here. That wouldn't be bad. Ooh, Chief of Air Force. Yeah, maybe. Recovery rate. This will be really nice soon, the bonus to mechanize, because we are mechanizing more and more. I think right now we're going to be quite happy to have the division recovery rate. Yes, indeedy. All right, research slot. So that finishes this. We're probably going to need the anti-tank. Do we need that first? It's funny how much debate there is online as to whether or not engineers or recon companies are that important. Some people are like, it's the golden, most amazing thing ever, and some people are like, it doesn't matter that much. I think we're going to look to complete those. But yeah, do we get the Amtraks and start producing them? God, you need rubber too. I mean, you're basically just mechanized, but yeah, but for Marines, I think we'll be happy. I mean, it probably uses more supply, which is going to continue to be an issue. It's going to be an issue here. Again, it is good, though, that we are doing our logistics company, so that's going to be okay. Well, I guess we'll put a cut in here. I think I like this. This is going to give us something to do, because basically, otherwise we would just be sitting idle for a while, because I'm not comfortable doing this quite yet. So we're going to go in, we're going to see if we can clear out South America. Might be hard to make the jump through here, although if we can take control of Panama, that would be really useful. Yeah, we'll see. All right, folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.